Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a sit-down vlog with you to talk a little bit about the Disney College program and my experience with it, and my role of lifeguarding. So I'm pretty much going to go over some frequently asked questions from people in the college program community about the college program itself. So my first question is, what is the application process like? So when the application for the college program drops for that season, you go ahead and apply on the Disney College Program website. At that point, you will be prompted to either wait or you'll be prompted straight into the web-based interview. If you pass the web-based interview, you will be asked to schedule a phone interview, which will be with a Disney recruiter. At that point, you're going to wait until your phone interview is scheduled, get on the phone interview. For me, it was super nerve-wracking because I don't like talking on the phone that much, especially strangers, but I got through it. I wore some Mickey ears and my confidence was pretty high when it came to that then. I ended up passing my phone interview because obviously I was in the college program, but I really had a bad feeling about it because I thought my phone interview went so bad. But really, the trick is just to smile and sound happy through the phone, and they're going to see exactly what the kind of person you are through that. The next question is, what role did I get? I am a spring 2018 lifeguard alumni. Originally wasn't hoping for that, but I had never lifeguarded before in my life, and I thought of it as a new opportunity, and I went into it with a very positive attitude, even though I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. What complex did I get? I got Patterson Complex. It was my first choice apartment complex. Along with my roommates, I got the roommates that I asked for. We were in a 3-bedroom, 3-bath apartment with 2-person to a room. Next question is, can you bring your car, and do I have to bring my car? You can bring your car. Something recently that I've seen is the parking decals for the complexes being sold out, and even people that want to bring their cars can't bring their cars with them. Now, that didn't happen during my program, but it could happen during yours. So it's always something to think about, whether or not you want to bring down your car with you. I brought my car with me because I ended up staying down here after the college program. But if you don't bring your car, it's fine. They have buses that'll take you to the parks, to work, to the grocery store. I mean, they pretty much got you covered, and then along with Uber and Lyft, you can go wherever you want to go. How was the parking situation in regards to cars? So in my program, it was really hard for me to find a parking spot when I came back from work at night. Lots of the times I had to park behind a building that was really far away. So it's just something you have to be aware of, that you might not be able to find a parking spot if you do bring your car. And like I said, this past season, the decal's been selling out, so you might not be able to bring your car, or you're going to have to park on the other side of the complex. So that's something to look out for. So my next segment is going to be lifeguard questions in general. If you have any more questions, you can drop them down below in the comments for me, and I'll answer you as fast as I can. First one, was it my first choice? Lifeguarding was not my first choice. I am a really good swimmer, but I've never lifeguarded my entire life. I mostly have been more merchandise based in my jobs. So I was hoping for maybe merchandise or attractions, but I was placed within the lifeguard role. I had a nice tan out of it. That's a great plus of it. I did lose a lot of weight also from all the walking and swimming. And what is the process for the lifeguard test? So the first lifeguard test is going to be the swim test. Swim test consists of, when I did it in 2018, consisted of 2 things for shallow water lifeguards, which is swimming 4 laps back and forth without stopping, and then picking up an 8-pound brick from the bottom of the pool without jumping in. Now, the second part was really hard on me, and I almost didn't pass that because of it. So just be aware that if you are short like I am, you cannot jump into the pool for the brick. You have to sink down from the surface of the water to go get the brick. And that was extremely hard for me to do. But I ended up doing it on the second try. They did give me 2 tries. Next is going to be your vision test. So they're going to take you over and have you read an eye chart just like at the doctor's. Sadly, some people don't pass this, and they're actually really good swimmers, and would be fantastic lifeguards, but you have to have that vision test done and taken care of, which a lot of people didn't pass that part. The next part is going to be the Ellis assessment. So Disney trains their lifeguards through Ellis lifeguarding training. So you have to go through classes with trainers and learn CPR, and then you have to get like, I don't know, it's not necessarily 100%, but maybe like an 80 or above on the test. I got like a 90. I missed like one question, but I got all the CPR stuff right. You will practice on dummies. I do remember that they do show you some gruesome images on the screen during the presentation, and one of the girls in my group actually fainted at the sight of one of those, and they asked her to be removed from the, not the program, but removed from this role, and she actually went into PhotoPass instead. Now that's not guaranteed, but they're always going to try their best to get you in a different role if you do fail one of these tests, or they'll send you home. It's really up to Disney. They don't want to send you home, but if they don't have any roles available, they might. Next question is, where was I placed? I was placed at Caribbean Beach Resort. It's an Epcot area resort. They only have one guarded pool there. The pool has 2 slides and 3 stands with a child water splash pad area. They did have other pools around the resort, but they were unguarded, so we didn't have to go to those on our rotations. I did get deployed for a little bit to Saratoga Springs Resort, which I really liked going to. That resort, it was super laid back. They have 2 guarded pools there, and my first save was actually there. I saved 3 children. I jumped in for 3 children in my college program months that I was there. My first one was at Saratoga Springs, and then my other 2 were at Caribbean Beach. Next question is, what is the process for training in my location? So we had a 3-day training of getting to know the pool and making sure that you know that you understand everything. So you go through your rotations, and they're gonna check your whistle blows. You're gonna jump in for what we call a VAT, which is like a silhouette of a person at the bottom of the pool. So they're gonna check and make sure you see that in time. And if you pass, then you go straight on to working in rotation with everyone else. And like I said, that's about 3 days. Now, it may differ between resorts, between water parks and resorts. I have no idea. I only trained at Caribbean Beach. Next question is, what did my costume look like? It's pretty basic. It's pretty much the white top with the red shorts. Underneath, for women, you do have to wear a 1-piece bathing suit. For men, you don't have to wear anything under that because your shorts count as swim trunks. You do have to wear a hat, so whether you wear a bucket hat, they provide the white bucket hats, or the red lifeguard cap. I always wear the red lifeguard cap, but I'll insert a picture of myself right here. So another question that I think lifeguards get asked the most is, what shoes do I wear? So Disney actually provides shoes because you are a safety critical position. So they're going to provide you with non-slip shoes. So the lifeguard options are a white sneaker or a Croc-like shoe without any, you know how the Crocs have holes in them? These shoes don't have holes in them. So feet get kind of sweaty in those. I ended up choosing the white sneakers, and then I bought my own shoes. So I bought Tevas. I'll insert a picture right here of them. And they were fine. They were Disney approved and everything. My feet did get ripped up a little bit, but I had to break them in over time. I did wear the white sneakers for a little bit. I didn't like wearing them because if you had to jump in the pool, you had sneakers on also, so it kind of sucked having wet shoes for the rest of the day. Next question is, what does a typical shift look for a lifeguard? It really depends on if you're morning or afternoon. In the morning, we would have to test out the slide, so someone has to go down the slide every morning, and then we would get into rotation. One person would be at a roving stand, so that's walking back and forth. One person would be at a sitting stand, and another person would be at the child play area. And then one more guard at another sitting stand across the pool. Now they're about 30-minute intervals for Caribbean Beach. Be 30 minutes before the next person bumps you out into your next position. So you weren't there for very long, but some positions felt longer than others, obviously. Yeah, and then we just go through the rotations. At one bump, you're gonna get lunch. Another, you might be on like cleanup duty around the pool. And then it just goes throughout the entire day until the pool closes. You announce the pool closing, and then you block off all the slides. That's pretty much just this typical day of a lifeguard. You might get vatted. Again, it's a silhouette of a person. So your managers might come out and vat you during the day. So they might put a silhouette of a person on the floor, and you are then tested to see how long it takes for you to get to that. That can happen at any time, anywhere in the pool. So you always have to keep your eyes open for that. Obviously for other people drowning, but definitely keep your eyes open for that. All right, my next set of questions are more personal questions. Stuff my opinions on. They're like general DCP questions. My first one is, how hard is it to live on a CP salary? So I came down with a little bit more money than normal people do for a college program, but my roommates tended to struggle. The friends I was with tend to struggle on the CP salary, so I suggest bringing down a good amount of money with you if you don't plan on using the college program to save money. If you using it for experience and having fun in the parks and stuff like that, then bring more money than you think you need down, because the salary is close to nothing. When they take out rent, you're barely left with anything for groceries. So yeah, bring extra money is my advice. Next question is, how was the roommate experience? I have only lived with one roommate in my entire life, and that was in college my freshman year. After that, I've always had a single in college. So this has been my first experience in a while living with not only women, but 6 women. So there were 6 of us in total, 2 person to a room. I mean, my personal roommate, we got along. So the girl that lived in my room, we got along. But towards the end, we all started getting on each other's nerves a little bit more. So I didn't have a really great roommate experience, but I know some people that do have a really great roommate experience. Now, I chose my roommates, and some people go random and they love them, they hate them. It's totally random. Like, you never know until you actually meet them and live with them whether you'll like them or not, so don't stress over that. Next question is, how much free time do I get? Sadly, not a lot. As a lifeguard, I would sometimes work 8 days in a row with only 1 day off after, and then another 8 days. Like, it was crazy. I hated that I didn't have that much time off versus like my merchandise friends who got 2-3 days off a week. So it really depends on your role in the company. Next question is, what happens if I'm sick and I need to call out? So this happened a lot because I didn't like lifeguarding, as I would call out, and that's one of the very reasons why I'll get to the end and how I self-terminated from the program. I know that you points for calling out, so gain a half point, a full point. You can only get so many points before you're actually terminated from the program or suspended or anything like that. Something I'll talk about in a future video was how my mental disability actually prevented me from going to work and how my supervisors didn't help with that. So I ended up racking up a lot of the points, and I ended up getting almost suspended and almost terminated. So it's something you can learn from my experience that I'll do in a future video. So subscribe so you see that video if you're interested in it. Question's a little bit more fun. What is Cast Connections / Mickey's Treasures? So Cast Connections is a cast-only merchandise location. It's behind Animal Kingdom. So you have to show your blue ID to be able to go in. You can bring family with you into Cast Connections, but not Mickey's Treasures. So Mickey's Treasures is pretty much damaged merchandise in the stores that they find. Then they sell them for 75% off that price. So it's a really great deal if you're a cast member. I got a lot of really cool things there that I only had to scratch on them, but they couldn't sell them for full price in the parks because of that scratch. Now, Cast Connections on the outside, like I said, you can bring your family, your friends that are non-college program or non-Disney employees. but you will have to show your Blue ID anyway, so they have to come with you. Cast Connections is pretty much that they had left over from the holidays, any bulk merchandise that they can't sell in the parks, they're going to sell there for a cheaper price, and then you get an extra 10% off there with your Blue ID also. Next question with discounts. This is my next and last question. What discount do I get on Disney merchandise? So as a college program / Disney employee, you get 20% off all Disney merchandise, 40% off during the holiday. Now the holiday usually runs through, I want to say Thanksgiving to like mid-February. So both college programs should be able to hit that 40% off, whether you're just coming in or just leaving. So that's important to know if you want Christmas gifts or you save up for when you come down in the spring. The merchandise that you want to get is 40% off. All right, so if you guys have any more questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comments below. I will answer as many as I can, or I can make another video. It's up to you. If you want to know more about lifeguarding, let me know. Like I said, I will talk about my self-termination in another video. It's kind of hard to talk about because something I look forward to all the time was the college program, and the fact that I had to leave voluntarily really bothers me. But I'm still in Florida. I still go to Disney. I still love Disney. It was just a situation within my workplace. So if you want to see that, please subscribe and like this video and follow me along. I will be doing hopefully daily vlogs. I do work, so I'm going to do vlogs of Universal Studios, of the Disney parks, Disney Springs. If you're not subscribed, subscribe already. For now, see ya.